Hi everyone, I'm Valerie from ChargeStar. Welcome back to our interview series, and today we have Dean Cher, Managing Director for SP Mobility. Dean, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi. So I'm Dean, running the SP Mobility business. So as you know, SP Mobility is one of the CPOs in Singapore, a charging point operator. So we operate a network that is available for the public to charge. But beyond that as well, we also provide various kinds of charging solutions working with industry to help adoption in Singapore.
Okay, thanks, Dean. So, Dean, SP Mobility runs Singapore's largest high-speed charging network. So, as EV adoption grows, what do you see is needed for the next phase of infrastructure to support that?
Well, we operate, I guess, not just the largest fast charging network, actually also run the largest publicly available network. So I think in terms of infrastructure, it will continue to grow. I guess the question really is, are we running out of infrastructure? Or I guess from a consumer point of view, you want to have the confidence that you can find a charger should you need to charge. And I guess from the operator's point of view, we want to continue to see assets which are well utilized, because then that gives us the ability to continue investing. So I think in terms of the next phase, the latest LTA statistics, we have 77% EV adoption across the board, or 66% I think it was for passenger cars. So these are very healthy figures. We are on the right track. But in terms of the number of chargers, I think in March there were 30,500 charging points that LTA reported being in Singapore. So that's obviously a split between private and public charging. So the majority of this, I think 18,000 were private chargings. But whatever the case is, still very healthy ratio. I think if you work it out, it's about 2.5, thereabouts. So based on the number of vehicles in March, it's 65,000. So I think infrastructure will continue to grow. I think next phase, we are still in the next phase. We haven't reached a point where we are stopping. None of us are stopping. So I think it's more a point of keeping pace with the growth of vehicles.
I see. Having chargers is one thing, but reliability is another as well. So what does reliability mean at scale?
I guess reliability currently is translated into this thing called uptime. During the course of the day, how much of your charges are available during that period of time.
Yeah.
And I think, this will be a metric that will continue to be tracked. And I think it's an important metric. But I think beyond just that, reliability also means, you turn up to a charger and you're able to charge. And so I think we also have instances where, where the charger is shown as available, people turn up and chargers are not working. Probably not on my network, but we have examples where, maybe perhaps the lots are not painted. People turn up and, they think they can charge, but they can't park. So I think we have different facets of reliability. But ideally we reach a stage where, there will be less friction between, I guess, consumers and us, and between us and the landlord sometimes, where things do what it says on the label, right? If you look at an app, it says, 3 out of 10, right? So basically 10 chargers should be available by the time you turn up there. So I think these are the things that we want to that we have to work together. And it's not just actually us as a CPO, actually the industry also needs to work together with us as well. And I think beyond that, reliability will probably be one of those things where we move beyond just looking at uptime, but really at other factors too.
Okay, thank you. And looking across Southeast Asia, what market shifts do you think will shape the future of EV charging? And also, what are you looking forward to discussing the most at our upcoming Charge Up conference?
Well, I think for Southeast Asia and across the world, we can see EV adoption increasing. When we look at the percentage countries like Norway, and then you had Nepal, both like 90, 70%. Actually interesting to see that as Singapore will climb up there as well. We are 60 plus, nearing 70. So I think that's exciting. That's interesting, to see that happening. So I think that trend will also percolate to Southeast Asia, and we see that in the Southeast Asian countries around us, in Thailand in particular, especially it being a car manufacturing hub as well. But I think for Southeast Asia, the question is perhaps not so much a four-wheeler discussion, but it's a two-wheeler discussion. And for two-wheelers, there are clear alternatives to charging. You have battery swap being the next obvious solution. So I think for Southeast Asia, given the predominant numbers of vehicles that are actually two-wheelers, it's perhaps more of that. And then if you venture around, it may also be a question about fleet. Having the right solutions for fleet customers. Because I guess in Singapore, quite blessed in the sense that Singapore, blessed or cursed, depends on how you look at it. Singapore's quite small, right? So, we are only 50, 60 kilometers east to west, 20, 30 kilometers north to south. So we are an island. But in other countries, Southeast Asia, for example, you visit your friend, you could be driving 3 hours, right, from state to state. So it's a very different dynamic, very different considerations as well. And I think each country will have its own different ways of responding to that question. But ultimately, as we see EV adoption rising, one thing is the constant is there. Charging infrastructure will be required. So how to answer? Well, I guess we'll find out at Charge Up, right? So I think to answer that last question, what do we hope to do at Charge Up? I guess we have continued to have good conversations around the table, but perhaps beyond that, if there are any practical solutions that can be taken back for implementation, I think that'll be good.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Dean, and looking forward to having you at Charged Up conference.